I do want to give warning before I do my intro. This is going to be this is a trigger warning for you guys right now. This video is going to consist of molestation. It's going to also consist of rape. If this is hard for you to watch, then you could just go ahead and skip to the next video of mine, of course. What's up, family? I'm back with another. I am going to be telling you guys in more detail about how the rapes started for me, and I told you guys I would be doing this, so by something happening to me recently, it's making me want to rehash this and get into more details about it. I'm not going to have my son do his pop-ups in this video because this is a serious video for me especially. I'm doing this to help other people, and hopefully this gives you guys courage to do the same. I went into detail about this before, but not in much detail. So, to be quite honest, it's going to be hard to get through, but I got it. And like I said, I'm doing this to help other people be able to get the courage to do it as well. So sit back, relax, and chill with me if you can. Okay, I don't think I've ever talked about when my younger uncle had started raping me, and I'm actually going to start with that. He wasn't my youngest uncle, being as though my grandma had two foster boys which were younger than him, so but it was her youngest biological son. And that's basically who I'm going to be talking about. And then I'm going to do another video and talk about the older one. If I feel like this isn't too long, then I'm going to just do it all together. But what's crazy about this is I was 11 when both of them started, which makes me question at times, did they talk about this? It had to have been something, because I mean, y'all both chose to start this when I'm 11. Like what is honestly the odds of that? Like, what's the chances of both of y'all starting in the same exact year, but not even just that, the same exact summer? So my older uncle, he already had started raping me. So when my younger uncle had started, it was a shock for me because I didn't expect either one of them to be that type of person. I honest to God thought, in my head, they were my heroes, they were my protectors. I didn't have a father figure at that time. So they were my father figures. So this, honest to God, was mind-blowing for me. But when he started, it was the summer where I was 11. My body did start to change before they started. Like, I had little boobs growing in. Obviously, my hips were starting to fill out a little bit. But I wasn't thick or anything at the time. Well, my body was more or less athletic, being as though I was a dancer. I danced all day long. And then in the summers, we would swim and then I would dance. So I was built more athletic than anything else. Basically, this night, it actually was a good day. We all went swimming and came in the house. We ate ice cream. We was chilling, you know. It wasn't really much. We was outside playing with our friends for the day. And that's basically how my day was at first. That night, I don't know why, but I had chose to sleep in my grandma's living room on the floor. It was cooler in there, and that was one of my favorite spots to sleep, to be honest. So I go in the living room. I watch TV for a while, probably until about like 2 o'clock in the morning. And then I turned the TV off and I tried to go to sleep. Next thing you know, those steps that I had told you about, the ones that go up into the ceiling, I heard him coming down those steps. I'm not thinking much of it. I'm thinking he's going to go get something to drink, something like that. I didn't think nothing else. But I'm laying on that floor. I'm hearing him moving around or whatnot. And then he comes to the living room. So I instantly am like, okay, he about to turn the TV on or whatnot. I didn't even think he knew I was in there, to be honest with you. So I'm laying down and he ended up laying down next to me. And I'm like, your girlfriend's upstairs, like, wouldn't you be up there chilling with her? You know what I'm saying? Like, she came all the way over here to see you. Like, why are you coming to sleep down here if that's what you were doing? In my head, that's what he was about to do, I guess. Because he wasn't close to me yet. He was laying down next to me. I'm like, all right, picture me here. I'm laying on my side. And he's like over here, okay? I hear him moving around and stuff. I'm like, what the hell is he doing? Next thing you know, I feel the covers that I had on raise up. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It made no sense to me whatsoever. So I feel him starting to scoot more. Now, if you scoot a little more, y'all know where he at. He up against my back. Guess what he does? Scoots more. My heart literally fell into my ass, okay? Because I didn't understand what the fuck you're doing. Like, why? Why are you in, like, why? It made no sense to me. Next thing you know, I feel his hand go up my shirt. And he starts playing my chest. I know he had to have felt my heart racing. I know he had to have felt it. He uses his other hand and he goes up underneath my body. So now I know for a fact he don't give a fuck if I'm awake or not. I'm literally laying there like, what do I do right now? Do I start swinging or whatnot? It made no, I'm telling y'all, like, my head was spinning. I did not know what to do. I didn't know if I should yell for my grandma. I didn't know what to do. So after he scoops his hand up underneath me that way, evidently he's going into my shorts now. Now I literally was like what the so use your imagination to know what he's doing in there. He didn't put no fingers in there or nothing, but like he was basically playing with the button. Y'all should know what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. But right when he went in and tried to start playing with, I literally start pushing his hands away. Like, what the hell are you doing? Now, let me tell y'all something. The younger one was taller than the older one. He was taller. And just because he was slimmer don't mean he wasn't strong. Okay? It didn't matter what I would have done. He could manhandle the fuck out of me. I was small, y'all. I was small. So, me pushing his hands didn't matter. That did not matter. And even when I push his hand by him being in my shorts, it's making his hands go in more. So now I'm trying to pull. It didn't matter. It did not matter. Next thing you know, what he did was he took his hand from my shirt and he used his hand to pull the back of my shorts down. And now by them being down, there's nothing I can do now, like for sure. He's holding my legs with his leg. So this is my legs. His legs over me like this. Pinning them down. Y'all know what he does next after doing that. This is happening and I'm in my head like scream. Just fucking scream. And you know when you have that fight or flight moment? I was frozen in that moment. See, and the crazy thing is, you know how I told y'all the older uncle was already getting me, but the younger one, let's say this. The younger one, height-wise, size-wise, was bigger than the older one. So, I was stunned. That was pain. That wasn't like... It wasn't just a mental pain. This is physical pain as well. So, the fight or flight, I was stuck. Physically and mentally stuck. There was no way of saying or doing anything. Like, as this happens, like, I mean running across my face. And I know he had felt me gasping for air because I was really, like, bawling my eyes out. And it wasn't just because of what he was doing, but it was, well, yeah, it was because of what he was doing, but now I have nobody to look to as far as a father figure now, because he done messed it up for me. And I guess I got time to retell some of what or how my other uncle had started. Now, this is the older one I'm talking about, not the eldest, but older than the youngest. So my mom and grandma used to take these trips, these bus trips to Atlantic City, and it would be for the weekend. It would be like a $200 down payment, and then they would drive to meet the bus, and then they would get on the bus, and the bus takes them down there. They do what they do, and then they come back. I was 11. Alright, so this is the beginning of the summer, and my grandma used to entrust me to watch her room because obviously she had important things in her room that she didn't want anybody to take. If I'm not mistaken, a couple things that come up missing in her room. So she wanted me to start watching her room if she were to go anywhere. She specifically said to me, I don't want anybody else in my room but you. And if anybody were to come in the room, you need to make certain you stay there at all times. See, I was really, really honest. Like, I didn't care if I was in trouble or whatever. I used to tell her the truth, period. They used to get mad at me because I would be so honest with her. But if you was honest with her, you wasn't going to get your ass whooped. So, I mean, what you thought I was going to do? Anyway. So, like I said, she told me if anybody were to come in there, I need to stay in there, don't move, basically. I had her back. That I was close to her in the house. So, we actually had come in the house at this point because we went swimming and was outside playing for a while. Before they left, we had to come in the house. So, like I said, hugs, kisses, you know, toodles. I take a shower. I remember exactly what I had on that night. It was a white nightgown that had glow-in-the-dark pink hearts on my nightgown. And I had shorts on underneath it. Anyway, we all planned to watch Chucky. We like, yo, we gonna watch Chucky. We gonna scare my little cousin if he starts cutting up. You know, that type of thing. We were literally just playing around. Alright, the three boys was in there. Not the older uncle yet. But the three boys were in there, and the girl was in there with me. We were all watching Chucky, and we popped popcorn. We was eating ice cream. We had all sat around, turned the movie on. My cousin started cutting up a little bit, so we start messing with him like, oh, if you don't be good, Chucky coming to get you, that type thing. So we're in there laughing and joking and all that. My older uncle comes home. He says, then my mom says she didn't want nobody else in the room. I rebuttal and I say, she told me it's cool if anybody's in her room as long as I'm there. She's not allowing nobody in the room if I'm not there. His rebuttal, I don't care. Nobody's supposed to be in the room, like she said. That's literally what he said. Then he says, so all y'all need to get out. I was so mad he did that because the movie, it was close to being over. You could have just let them chill so we could finish the movie. He literally, after they walk out, he takes the remote and literally turns the TV off. Then he shuts the kitchen door. Like, the kitchen had a door on it from her room. So he shuts that door. He walks out. He goes out the other door and shuts that door. And I'm sitting there like, wait, I'm not allowed to watch TV now? Like, what is the problem? I was just like, you know, whatever. I laid down in my grandma's spot and I'm just laying there seriously steaming. Like, that was ignorant as hell. It was unnecessary, uncalled for. Like, why did you have to do that type ordeal? And actually I was in the middle of saying a prayer when he walks back in. This was like probably like a half hour later. I was saying my good night prayer. I prayed every single night. But he had come in there. He climbs on the bed. He says, "You mad at me?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Why?" I said, "Because you just kicked them out for no reason." He was like, "Oh, don't be mad at me." And he tries to grab me to hug on me like a bear hug. And I'm like, "Nah, I'm mad." Like, nah. Then he says to me, "You ever do anything with a boy before?" Now, this went from me being mad at you to, did I ever do anything with a boy before? I said, "I'm 11. What you mean, did I do anything with a boy before?" He says to me, "That's good. I don't want you doing anything with any other, I repeat, any other boys." Now, I didn't pay attention to the other part, because I'm like, he's just talking, you know? I didn't pay attention to when he says the other. And I'm like, okay. He goes, "Do you have any boyfriends?" I'm not going to tell you that. It ain't your business or your place to know anything like that. I told my grandma everything. Like, and when you're 11, you ain't got no real boyfriend. It's just to say you have a boyfriend. So I'm like, "Why are you asking me this?" He says, "Because I want you to be my little girlfriend. Would you be my girlfriend?" I'm like, "You're my uncle." He was like, "It's cool." Somebody tell me, since when has that been cool? Does anybody whatsoever have an answer for me on that one? I can't seem to. That's when he grabs me tighter. Now, he's trying to start touching me. I'm literally like, why is this happening to me? Did I wear the wrong night clothes? Like, what the hell did I do? So, this time, I tried to fight him, because I don't want no grown-ass man touching on me. So, I'm pushing all that, like, I'm trying to kick him off me, like, stop, get off me. This uncle was muscular as hell. He was shorter and stocky. Like, and that stocky was muscle, period. So my little bony ass wasn't phasing nothing. So I'm literally starting to get pinned down, because like I said, I'm trying to fight him off me. And I actually punched him in his face as I'm doing this. That's when he literally snatched my arm and pushed it down and was like, "You hit hard to be little." I'm like, okay, now I literally cannot move. There's no moving now. He puts his face this close to my face and was like, literally this close, and says to me, "You're my little girlfriend now." I like that feisty. So I was straight disgusted. And I got disgusted with myself because now I feel like I made him do this to me because I was fighting back. So he starts pulling my shirts down instantly and trying to kiss me. I'm turning my face every which way, like no. As I'm doing this, every time I move like that, he's kissing my neck and shit. I was so like pissed. As I said, he starts pulling my shirts down. And then he says to me, "Oh, do you have any rubbers?" Bitch, what? Bitch, what? I'm 11, y'all. This makes me mad. This really makes me mad. Seriously. He gets up and goes upstairs. Now, this is where I'm like, okay, I got it. But let me tell you, I was warned not to leave that room. And he even said to me, "You better not leave this room." So as he gets up to go upstairs, I'm pulling my shit back up. I get off the bed and I was about to leave the room. I'm like, I don't give a fuck if I get a beating. I don't care. Soon as I got to that door, guess where the hell he was? At the door too. He's like, "Oh, you was really about to leave?" He literally grabs me and throws me back up on the bed. So now we're horizontal on the bed. He pins me back down, pulls my shorts back down, literally lifted my legs. And you know what happened? The next day, I literally hid under my bed all day with big ass sweat clothes on. And that was the day my grandma and them was supposed to be coming back home. They were coming back home a day early. I hid under my bed all day. I didn't do no chores. I did nothing. I literally hid under that bed. I did not want to come out from underneath my bed. We had bunk beds, and I literally was under that bed all day. I'm watching everybody walk past, stuff like that. I didn't give a shit. But guess who the fuck found me? He's walking around asking everybody, "Oh, did you see Shalay? Did you see Shalay?" He comes up to my bed, literally bends down, lifts the covers, and was like, "Why you under here?" I'm like, "I was cleaning." He's like, "What you crying for?" I was like, "Nothing, man." I was giving him the worst attitude ever. Ever. Like, he was like, "Get from underneath the bed." I come out from underneath the bed. He was like, "You mad at me? You still mad at me? What, you think I'm happy with you? Especially after what you just did to me?" He starts backing me up to the wall and was like, You know you my girlfriend now. I need to understand. What does a grown-ass man see in a child? What the hell interests you in a child? What makes you have interest in a child? Somebody who can't really defend themselves. I don't know if it's a power thing. I don't know what it is. But what the hell can you see in a child? And the crazy part is, let me talk. The crazy part. These men had women out the ass. Understand? Understand when I say women out the ass. Oh, there was the one main girlfriend, and then there was all the others who followed. And this is both of them. The younger uncle used to have a bitch in his bed when he would come climb down in mine. Now you got a grown-ass woman up in your bed. And honestly, barely grown. Because a lot of them would be about 17, 18. Which I don't understand why my grandma or my mom wouldn't say nothing to them about that. But it wasn't my place to say nothing. And at the time, I actually didn't think anything was wrong with that. But now as an adult, I can see what's really wrong with that. Especially if you 22, 23. Why you walking around with a damn 17-year-old or 18-year-old? Like, what is wrong with you? That's a gray line. You walking a real gray line. They would have them older teens or straight up ass adults in their beds, but would come messing with me. The younger one would literally get in my bed, bro, with someone up in his. Why do you need to be down here in my bed? When you have somebody upstairs that's probably willing to do anything you want it to do. The older one, don't let me be walking to school and he drive past and see a boy even on the same street as me. That man used to stop his truck, get out, literally would get out and come grab me like this, bear hug me and drag me into his truck. He would drive behind my school and he would rape me there. I was in the 6th grade when this started. The last day this happened to me, the night before I left, the one uncle got me. And that morning, the other uncle got me while I was on my way to school. When I got home from school, I was done. Done. Literally done. Tired. I never had left that house, even though there was other abuse. I would not have left that house if it had not been for them. Yes, I was tired of being a slave. Better believe that. But I still would not have left that house. I would have stayed. But I was tired of being the blow-up doll for them. I have more stories that get a little more graphic, especially with the younger uncle. Because he didn't give a flying fuck. He didn't care whatsoever. I'll get into some of them stories at a later time because I won't be able to sleep after even telling this. Like, to this day, I can't sleep with the TV off. Noises bother me at night, like when it comes down to hearing people walk around. Noises bother me. My husband can't put his arms on me certain ways. Hell, when we go to do the grown-up, he can't do certain things. And I feel like that's not fair to him because he didn't do this to me. They did. It's not fair to either one of us. This shit really messes your mind up. It messes your life up because this shit plays in my head all. I'm telling y'all, I could see somebody walk down the street, they look similar to one of them, and it bothers me for the rest of the day. I literally could be sitting here watching TV, the next thing you know, boom, it's playing in my head. If I lay a certain way, boom. This is not fair. And for the people it's happening to, y'all say something. You may come across a couple roadblocks where people's not believing you. Because better believe that happened to me too. That happened to me too. As a matter of fact, around the time where it first started happening, I actually did say something to my mom and my grandma. They was sitting at the damn kitchen table and I told them. Someone also said something at the same time as me. We were told whatever happens in this house stays in this house. That's a little understandable to me, but what about what they're doing to me? What about that? Are you going to address that? Is that not an issue to you? And then, here's what really blows me. Oh, are you really touching them? You think he going to tell you that? You think he really going to be like, yeah, Mom? I'm sure they had a talk after that. But there would have been so heavy. As a matter of fact, I would have been like, listen here, sir. You have a couple days to get your shit and get out. He got all them girlfriends. Why the hell can't he move into a house with one of his girlfriends? Why couldn't either one of them, like, leave? It's really so crazy to me because this didn't happen to just me. And they weren't the only ones in the family doing this. But, like, I got stories for days. And I plan on getting into them. But I'm only going to talk about the shit that happened to me. I'm not going to talk about shit that happened to other people that I witnessed and things like that. It's not my place. But I need some of y'all to hit that like button. And then you're not liking this video because of the story itself. You're liking the video to help me out. I get more recommendations. My video will pop up more if you guys hit the like button. And I also need you guys to start subscribing. Like I said, the 1,000th subscriber wins my giveaway. And it'll be a call for me included in this. I will, on this video, shout out the first commenter. So I'll be keeping an eye out on the comments and things like that. But if you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up, comment, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you're notified every time I drop a new video. And yes, I mean every time. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you on my next one. Deuces.